Hey, what's up? So I am doing this video to show the few people that I'm sending this to. I might put this on YouTube, but I'm doing this video just to show you how I traded today, and just so you can understand to understand how I traded today, and just my thought process. So today I paper traded the stock AIHS. It's a technology company. Don't really care too much about it. But when I did trade this stock, I made 300. I'll show you right here. Excuse me. I made $300, $330, bro. $334. I lost $4 on pins. But I wasn't really paying attention to pins too much, so I call that a scratch on the stock, but I really made like $334 on this trade. I traded ticker symbol AIHS, the statistics. The first thing I did was look at the yearly chart. I'm gonna show you the statistics. I looked at the flow. It was 11 mil, but it was moving like which is a low float for a stock that's under $1, and it was moving like a low float stock, a micro float stock. To be honest, this stock is really like it's 11 million shares, but to me, whenever I have a stock that's under $1, I divide that by 10, and it's really 1.1 float to me, because it's such a low price stock. But I traded this stock. First thing I did was before even market opened, I saw the market. I went on my scanner, and my scanner pretty much told me that my scanner told me all the stocks that was moving. So I pretty much made a list of every stock that I wanted to watch for the day. So this is my daily watch list. Then I have my just watching stocks. So if a stock goes up it goes up pretty good and then it fails the rest of the day, I'll watch it for a few days, like Tim Grittani told me to see how it reacts. You can learn more from looking at a stock 5 days later, 10 days later, maybe, or 2 weeks later. So I keep it on my just watching list. But this stock was on my daily watch. This is a stock that I liked and I decided to trade. I was having a hard time finding stocks to trade for the day, but this one gave me a pattern that I recognized and I really liked. But it was just moving too slow for me. The liquidity was there, but it just wasn't moving in the direction I wanted to fast enough. So about 8:30, I was on it. I looked at the past history. You see right here where the stock spikes, comes right back down. Even right here, the stock spikes, comes right back down. Over here, you have these little ones where the stock spikes, comes right back down. Right here as well, and over here. The chart is telling you spike, come right back down. So when I go to the 2-year chart, it just gives me more of that information. And if stock is fairly new, it's only 2 years old, but look what it's doing. That's all it's saying to me. Yeah, it also told me that it has a chance of bouncing as well, where you see it starting to bounce. But I knew, and into any bounce, I would short sell or add shares. The balance could possibly go up and it'd be a short squeeze, but as long as I play this correctly, take my gains, the short squeeze wouldn't really matter too much. As long as I play it correctly, which I ended up not playing correctly. I didn't take my gains fast enough, and I'll tell you that later. So where am I? So after seeing that past history, this is the first thing I look at: statistics and past history. Past history first, then the statistics. I didn't even look at the OTC. I didn't even go on OTC markets to check the SEC filings. I just traded it like I normally do. So pre-market market open, it spikes. I was too busy looking at so many different stocks I couldn't tell which one to get into. So I missed this initial short into this morning spike using pre-market highs as resistance, and also possibly using any previous high as resistance, which this would be 235, but I wasn't really using that. I was using pre-market highs. So I missed this spike right here, and I was just watching it looking for a bounce, but I'm like, I don't think there's gonna be a nice bounce that I want. So it just kept downtrending, and then I got in around here or here. Most likely here. I got in I think 2,000 shares or 1,000 shares at, I think it was 2,000 shares at 86 cents for sure, 86 cents. I got in right here, and then it started falling immediately, and then it bounced. At this point when I got in so small I couldn't tell. Like I got in bad. I got in like after the morning spike, so I couldn't even risk off of pre-market highs. I couldn't even risk off of pre-market highs because I got in so low and at the very bottom. So I was thinking of market open, but then again, that feels arbitrary. So I couldn't really tell where I wanted to short. I mean, where my risk was, but I got in anyway, you know. And my risk was $30. I didn't want to lose over $30, but I didn't know at what price would I get out at, and I didn't want to get out exactly at $30 because I can get out at $30, but the resistance can tell me the resistance can tell me another spot to get out. So I couldn't follow that. So that's overall I give this trade a 1 star because my entry was bad, my risk couldn't even identify it, except for where it opened, which wasn't really the right place to short. And then it had this bounce right here, and I think I was down a little bit. It had this bounce right here, and I think I was down just a little bit. But you know, I had a feeling it was gonna be like a bounce that just keeps going up, and you know, maybe a short squeeze. But I wasn't really too worried about it. So I later waited, and it just started tanking, and it just kept going down very slowly. Maybe it was my patience, but damn, I haven't seen a stock go down so long. I haven't seen a stock take so long to go down and forever. But this shit took forever to go down, and I was losing a lot of patience. So I kept going down, and then I was up around here. I was up around, I'll say about $200. I added somewhere right here, and I was a total of, had a total of 3,000 shares at 84 cents. And it just, after I was up about $200, I didn't take my gains. I wanted more. I knew it could fall more, and but I just didn't take my gains. And I spent from 10:30 practically to 10:30 to like fucking all day waiting for this shit to go down, and it just consolidated for hours, and it just drove me crazy. I literally left the house to go jog, and I don't normally do this. I don't trade and be in a stock and literally go out, walk away from my computer. I don't do that. But I literally went to go take a jog because it was taking that long, and I just wasn't in the right mindset entirely for this stock, but I'm glad that I was able to come out on top. So it started going up, and around this time, I just left the house. I couldn't watch this stock anymore. It was aggravating me, and it went up a penny over my entry or my average, and I was down a penny, which was like $30. Um, which wasn't bad, but me leaving my computer, me not being able to exit this trade, that just set me up for a squeeze. Which luckily I didn't get the squeeze, but that's something I need to work on. Be more patient. But while I was jogging, it just started coming down and coming down. And when I was looking at it while I was jogging, I saw that it went to 80 cents and it kept bouncing. By the time around, like I think 2:30 or 3 o'clock, I got back to my computer and I can tell it was just fading. It was just gonna fade for the rest of the day, and it started fading, fading, fading. It got to the point where it had this candlestick where it went straight down right here. Sorry about this, guys. But you see this candlestick that I'm on right here, minute 3:17 p.m. It went down to a low of what it says, a low of 72 cents. And I was like, oh shit, I was up like $400 at that time or something like that. I didn't do the math in my head, but I was like, I could have taken the gain. I could have covered right there. I was shorting the stock the whole time. But I didn't. It happened all in 1 minute. I wouldn't be able to even recognize it. Then at some point I had covered 400 shares in this entirely. I just don't remember. But the last 30 minutes just started to grind up. And I was like, fuck, what was I thinking? I should have gotten out around here at 76 or something like that, 75. But I missed my chance to get out, and I thought about pre-market, and I was like, knowing this stock, it was like a few cents. Yeah, right. It even says it right here. It closed at 8.81. It was 13 cents away from red, going on red for the day, and I knew pre-market it was gonna fade some more. So, and I remember Gritani did that one time where he didn't cover until until aftermarket. He didn't cover until aftermarket because he knew the stock would fade some more. So, and he had a bad trade, so he used that to help him. So I did the same thing too. And pre-market, I gave it about 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And next thing you know, lo and behold, the stock started going down. I checked it again. It went from 81 to 70 cents. And I was like, okay, it's time to cover it. So I covered at 72 cents, which I could have done from the jump. But I made 330 like I showed you before. But it had this big crash within 1 minute or so where it went down to 60 cents and bounced back up. And I'm like, I didn't regret it, but I was like, fuck, I could have made more money. And I was like, no, that's okay. Shit, I'm not here to make home runs. I'm here to make singles, and I need to make more singles or smaller singles. But I knew it was gonna come down. I got a chance to get at least a decent cover, and I made 330. So my anticipation for this stock tomorrow is that it continues to fade. I'm going to add this stock now. I'm taking this stock off my my daily watch. Taking this stock off my daily watch, and I'm putting it onto my Just watch because I'm not trading this stock anymore unless it has a major spike. And I think I trade this at a 1 star, give myself a 1 star for trading this, because I got in too late. I got in at the very bottom, even though it continued to fade. I I didn't have my risk. I didn't even have a set risk. Um, I didn't cover when it started consolidating here. I didn't exit when my my $30 was reached, but then again, I knew it was gonna fade, so it was okay for me to not exit when it was time to exit. Then I got a second chance to exit right here, but I didn't, and then it was just a bad trade overall. It was a frustrating trade. Um, it was just a frustrating day, but I'm glad that I was able to trade and be successful, and it just gives me more confidence for the next trade, but it also gives me bad discipline for the next trade as well. So that's something I gotta, this gives me battle for tomorrow. But overall, I'm proud of myself that I was able to trade this, actually succeed, understand what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, and there's a lot of room for improvement. So congratulations to me.